Good morning. So as you guys know, Disney Springs is going to be opening on May the 20th. Today is May the 19th, the day before Disney Springs opens. Disney actually contacted me and invited me out to have a little preview of what everything is going to be like, what the markings are going to be like, what the procedures are going to be like, and what the overall feel around Disney Springs is going to be like. So I'm making a trip out there today to go over what the procedures are going to be and to kind of show you guys what to expect when you visit Disney Springs. They already have roadside signs set up, ready for tomorrow. So the first thing that you need to know is that parking will be limited to the orange garage and the lime garage. They will not have any ground parking available, such as the strawberry lot, which is over by House of Blues and Cirque du Soleil. There will, however, be 4 entrances available, 2 in the orange garage, 1 in the lime garage, and 1 at the pedestrian bridge across Hotel Plaza Boulevard, which is also where rideshare and taxis drop off. So for this particular media event, I have to park at the lime garage here, and this is my only entrance. But this is where we're headed, Disney Springs. They have me parking on the 2nd floor, and I don't know if this will be the way it is tomorrow, but the 3rd floor is closed, so I don't know if maybe they're parking every other floor. So it should be noted that I am here with a very, very small group. I think there's only about 10 of us here, and we're going to all be socially distanced. So throughout this video, you'll 1, see me wearing a mask the entire time, and 2, you'll see me with an earbud in because my Disney rep is going to stay distant from me and distant from everybody. So we're just going to be on the phone with each other as she explains to me what's going on. So here we go. We're parked in the lime garage. There's a couple of other media people over here. Another interesting fact, they're sending us in waves too. So I just saw like Orlando Sentinel was here and another news station were here, and they've gone in already. And so they were a little bit ahead of me, but I am waiting for my Disney rep here in the car. She said she'll come get me in about 10 minutes. And at each of these entrances, they will have stations where they can check your temperature and make sure that you have appropriate face coverings for anyone over the age of 3. And they say that the appropriate face covering must cover your mouth and nose at all times, except when you're seated at a dining table. This is the wording that Disney used. I'm going to ask when I get there if that means that you can take it off and eat as you walk around, or if you have to be seated at your table to eat. Another thing to note about the face covering is that you are required to provide your own face covering. Disney Springs does not have any available for you. If you show up without a face covering, you will not be allowed into Disney Springs. They do also recommend that you take your temperature at home, and if you find that you have a temperature above 100.4, or if anybody in your party has a temperature above 100.4, you will not be allowed into Disney Springs. They have also added physical distancing guidelines throughout Disney Springs in the form of signage, ground markings, and physical barriers. So the physical barriers might be someplace like around a cashier to make sure that they can be separate from you, even though you have to get close to them. All right, so this is what we see when we first come up to Disney Springs. And this is all of the signage showing that we have a face covering required, temperature screening, and physical distancing required. And this right here will be the temperature screening. And you can see on the ground, they've got markings so that you can maintain physical distance, and they're actually staggered, which is nice. So they've got a whole bunch of lines here, and you can see the markings on the ground are staggered, so you're 6 feet away from this person standing here. And they also have lots of sanitization stations. Everything here is provided by Advent Health, which is our large hospital system here in Orlando. So let's go get my temperature checked. All right, here we go.
Very good.
They do have a very large sign here that says, "Do not stand here," showing you that you're supposed to stand on the lines, not in between the lines. So not all of the lines have those markings, but the ones closest to the temperature check do. At the temperature check station, they have another sign here that's showing a little bit more information, saying face coverings, say 6 feet, which is 2 meters apart. Wash your hands frequently or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose and avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. So after we get our temperature taken, now we can head into Disney Springs. Disney has also noted that they have increased the amount of cleanings that they're doing and the amount of disinfectings that they're doing of high traffic areas, such as handrails, door pulls, bathrooms, buttons, elevators, things like that. They will also have hand washing stations and hand sanitizer located throughout Disney Springs, and they are highly encouraging you wash and sanitize your hands very often. Disney has also said that they're going to have multiple new cast members walking around Disney Springs helping out with any sort of issues or questions that guests may have about the new measures that they are taking. Right at the bottom of the escalator from the parking garage, they have a dedicated team of cast members here to answer any sort of questions about the new procedures. But of course they're making it fun because this is still Disney. And then also I wanted to show you guys one of the places that will be open tomorrow is the Polite Pig, and they have some lines outside for physical distancing. And it should be noted that all of the restaurants and shops and areas that are going to be open are going to have reduced capacity. So it might be something that you might have to wait to get in, and they will have physical distancing markings on the ground so that you know how far away to stand from the party in front of you before entering the location that you're waiting for. It should also be noted that not only are the guests required to wear a face mask, but so are all of the cast members and third-party employees at Disney Springs. And there will actually be a lot of places open at Disney Springs, and we'll put a link in the description down below to the full list of places that will be open on May 20th at Disney Springs. However, on May 27th, Disney-owned businesses are going to start opening up at Disney Springs. The 3 that have been announced so far are World of Disney, the Co-op Marketplace, and Deluxe Burger Mobile Ordering. So look forward to those on May 27th if that's something that you're interested in. And you can see here on the directory they've added some digital signage that says health and safety reminders. They also added physical signage over here. Lots and lots of new signage for COVID-19. So now we are headed over to World of Disney, which is opening on May 27th. But they've got some examples of the physical distancing markings on the ground, and we have our Disney ambassadors over here that are going to demonstrate how the physical distancing markers are used. The ambassadors, Stephen and Marilyn, are actually going to show us how to move from space to space. There you go. Lots of space, plenty of room for your entire family, and lots of physical distancing. Staying safe. I did also want to point out that here at the Disney store, there is one way in and one way out. So this is the entrance side over here by Amorette's, and this over here is the exit side near the Starbucks. So you can see one way in and one way out. Disney is also recommending but not requiring you to use cashless payments. So they're saying use a credit card, a debit card, a gift card, maybe Apple Pay, something like this, that is not a cash payment, as cash can harbor different bacteria and viruses. And then all throughout Disney Springs, they're gonna have little hand washing stations like this one, so you can keep your hands nice and clean and sanitary. Basically, all you have to do is step on this little pedal down here, and water will come out, and they've got soap here and paper towels, so that you can keep your hands clean. So all of the Disney-owned locations will have hand sanitizer inside of them, like Purell, and then a select few of the third-party locations will also have hand sanitizer available. Another idea that's being implemented to promote social distancing is one-way flow across some of the tighter areas, like this bridge here. You can see these arrows on the ground showing you if you're on the right side, you're going this way. If you're on the other side, you're going that way. You can see some more of the social distancing floor markings here out in front of T-Rex Cafe. You can see some more of these directional markings here out in front of Frontera Cocina and Sprinkles. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side of the bridge. Oh geez. So just a few last little tidbits. They have reduced the hours of some locations here at Disney Springs, and there are no scheduled entertainers or high-touch interactive areas. Oh, quick update over here where the trophy room used to be. They're putting in a Lululemon. It's going to be opening summer of 2020. I don't know if you guys can actually hear what's happening right now, but they are making an announcement across all of Disney Springs telling you to wash your hands more often and practice social distancing and keep your mask on when you're not eating. I did find out about the mask wearing while eating. You can be eating at places other than at tables at the locations. Like you can take your food and eat it somewhere around Disney Springs, but you have to put your mask on when you are done eating. So they want you to have your mask on at all times unless you are physically putting food in your mouth. So there it was. That was our time at Disney Springs. Back to you, Tim, at home. So I have already posted about this trip to Disney Springs on my Instagram account, and one of the questions that I got most often was, how was it wearing a mask in the Florida heat? So for this trip to Disney Springs, I went around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, one of the hottest times of day, and it was over 90 degrees outside in the shade. So in the sun it was hotter, and I can tell you it wasn't that bad. I felt actually hotter with my shirt on, and this is one of the Columbia kind of like breathable shirts, like a quick dry type shirt. And that was more uncomfortable as far as the heat goes than the mask was. I didn't notice my face sweating any more than normal. I didn't notice my breath staying inside of the mask and making me hotter. I did not find any discomfort in wearing a mask in the Florida heat. So there you have it. That's what you need to know before heading to Disney Springs on opening day and what you can expect when you're there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that being said, we are off, and we will see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.